Welcome to the video. The gang is all here. I had a request for a reading, so we'll do that in a minute, from this book, A Wise Choice of Winds by Hazel Josephine Barton. True story here. Here she is. Columnist for the Texas newspaper, lived in Nebraska, Michigan, Kansas, Oklahoma, and for more than 50 years on a river bank in San Marcos, Texas. She survived the Great Depression and a world war. We still have a few left. $3 on the Clamper Gold Tone. This is from one of the other videos. It must have been missed. Let's do 6 on this. Nice silver tone, no maker's mark, and a nice cat eye glass. And we've got some seed beads, and we've got shell and wood. On the back, we've got this part flaked off, but let's do 4 on that one. Freebies. Cool, cool, cool vintage earrings. This was not the ugliest earring ever. Once I looked at it, it must have been, something happened, but it had copper on the top and bottom, or it is made out of copper. So it looks like it's been burned, but if you want that for a project, let me know. We're doing this one with a nice long chain for a freebie. This is faux, it's plastic, be great for a little kid. Freebie. Then this kind of fell apart, and I don't know that it's worth fixing, but this would be cool to use on a project. This little pendant, or make something with it. Then this one, it's not in the best condition, but it's a vintage clip-on. You can use that for a freebie. And then this one, little freebie sparkle. So those are the freebies. Today, right after the reading, I'm going to do one where I'm starting to go through this one box. I'm ready to get that box gone. There may be a few semi-precious gemstones. I'm not sure. It's one of the few boxes left with a mixture of items, like a few brooches. What I did, I used to go buy the jewelry jars. We would look at them, do a video. I would pull the gold and silver, put them in my treasure box, and then I just put everything else in all the good stuff that I thought could stand alone, usually on Etsy or eBay, and then they never got listed. The music, we just ended with this, let's color this Valentine Bittersweet. So it's Saturday morning. Good morning, everybody. Beautiful, cool day here in East Texas. Olivia's doing okay. Mornings are rough. She's been out several times. We've had our new treats came in, these little marrow snacks from Milkbone that she used to get. So her other mommy ordered them, and she loves those. Some Temptations cat treats, fish, and different ones. We opened the fish because Border Collie's coming from Scotland. I believe it's Scotland, Wales, which is an island. She loves fish and she loves dairy. That's in her genetics. The music lingers on. No one in Aurora, Nebraska could play Turkey in the Straw on the fiddle the way Uncle Will O'Brien did it. He was one of my favorite uncles, which was no mean distinction, since I had 17 of them. And his daughter Maisel was one of my favorite cousins. The cousin count at that time was somewhere in the neighborhood of 50, but then she was everyone's favorite. Pretty and vivacious, yes, but there was beyond that a kind of openness, a genuine caring for and interest in those around her, including an adoring young cousin. Maisel was a fine violinist, so talented that she was invited to participate in a statewide competition for a very generous scholarship. She worked hard at it, prepared the best she could, but she didn't win. There was no bitterness. The sweet disposition prevailed. She had done her very best, she said, but that road was now closed to her. It was time to get on with another. Maisel and her father were very close, and not the least of the bonds that drew them together was a mutual love of music. There came a time when Uncle Will finally conceded that his daughter could play turkey in the straw as well as he could, but he insisted she would never be able to put the turkey in it the way he did. When he died suddenly, still only in his 50s, Maisel's first reaction was to lock herself in a closet where for hours she struggled with her grief. The grief, of course, stretched out far beyond those first traumatic hours, but there in the darkness she had come to terms with it. Her father was gone, and nothing, certainly not her tears, could bring him back. It was time to get on with her life. Mabel later married and moved to Chicago. Maisel. She continued with her music, teaching piano and violin and sharing her talent with various community and church groups. And then abruptly and far too soon, the music was stilled. Her sister wrote movingly of the memorial service. In a beautiful little church which had the most significant, most magnificent stained glass windows I'd ever seen. They cast a benedictory light about her, and she was enshrined in beauty with the lighting and the many, many flowers. I was hundreds of miles away when that service was held, and in fact had not seen my cousin in more than 25 years. And yet when I think of her, it's always in that setting, the church, the flowers, streamers of bright-hued light caressing the hands that could no longer coax velvet notes out of a box with strings. And I can almost hear her say, "I've done my best. Let's get on with it." Whoa. My cousin Maisel, violinist. She could do the classics and she could do Turkey in the Straw, but her turkey never quite measured up to the straw-scratching bird that strutted out of Uncle Will O'Brien's fiddle. That one got me. There's your reading for today. Let's have some coffee and get ourselves together. Man. All right, well, I'll be coming back with the little batch we're going to do.